live from Austin, Texas, where you get to open one gift tonight and the rest we throw out into the street. It's Retro Pals with Danny and Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hi, Danny. I want those gifts.
No,
I want them.
Sorry, it's tradition.
No.
We call it a cowboy Christmas.
No, cowboys are stupid. Don't do this.
You're supposed to toughen up. You gotta cowboy up. You gotta take one of the gifts, the one that you want to be absolutely sure you have through the rest of the year, the rest out into the street.
What about can I at least give the horses my gift?
If they're edible by horses, then sure.
Okay. Can horses eat plastic?
Welcome to Retro
Welcome.
Pals. We're having a great Christmas discussion about whether our horses can eat plastic.
Can they?
No pony for you this year, Alex. No pony for you this year. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We're doing a show tonight, and I forgot to turn off the hype train.
You did. It's okay. We got a hype train going.
Choo-choo, motherfuckers. The hype train is here.
Magnificent loco.
Hop aboard. We have a magnificent loco for you all tonight. We're going to play some PlayStation 2 games. This thing, you may have noticed, I haven't hooked up over the last few months because it's kind of a huge pain in the ass. But
Yeah.
I went through it because it's Christmas, and Christmas is all about being a huge pain in the ass. I mean, dealing with huge pains in the asses so that others can have a happy holiday.
Yeah. Real quick, I'd like to thank some people who are not pains in the asses. Thank you so much to the people who subscribed. Thank you, Seraphis Kane, 22-month resub. Do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, pals and pals of the pals. Thank you, Devil Ray, for the 52-month resub. Thank you, No
you.
Problem, 69 bits. Holy shit. And thank you,
Thanks.
Trough of Luxury, for the 22-month resub. Toot toot to all. We are on the train.
Welcome aboard, everybody. You remember the horrifying train scene from the Polar Express? It's just like that.
Oh, God.
We have millions of Tom Hanks clones just showing their horrible teeth at you as you get ready to enjoy Christmas.
Thank you, Space Dumpster, 28-month resub. Thank you. Merry Christmas, pals. No. We are not. No, I'm so scared. I'm scared.
you.
I don't want this.
All right, so it's Christmas. And what do you do on Christmas? You open presents. We took a poll to our patrons, what was it, last week? And we said, look at this picture here. Check this out. If you were to open one of these gifts, which one would it be? Everyone thought I was playing like mind games. They were all like, "Oh, what's in the purple one? It's got to be horrible." Oh, wait, maybe they want us to open the purple one. Maybe we should go with the one with words on it. In the end, this is how the poll shook out. Yeah, the mysterious magenta wrapped present is the one that won.
There was a lot of discussion about this, too, in our patron-only Discord channel. It was really funny.
Yeah, once again, everybody putting way more thought into it than I did. But soon enough, we're going to get to see what these presents are.
Yeah.
The other presents that we don't, rather the patrons didn't vote for, we're going to open those up, see what those are.
And then throw them on the street.
And then throw them into the street.
Cool.
Actually, it's my pledge to you that the other games you see tonight will be played next year on Retro Pals. So please stay tuned for an entire year to see the rest of these games.
Oh, and real quick, thank you to Teeter Tatter, 26-month resub, Tom Hanks inbound. No, get him out. Oh, no, we're back to a hype. Thank you, Simon, for the 41-month resub. Good evening, Danny and Alex. Here's to almost 4 years
Oh, no, we've got a hype.
of
Thank
great
you.
streams and not Tom Hanks' horrible CGI teeth. Sorry, the loco is here. Thank you, Spartan Barry, 31-month resub. Suplex this. And happy holidays, pals. Someone
The
let
holiday
their
hype
hot
train.
chocolate-
The holiday hype train has
shit.
been suplexed.
Well, it's back because Nocturne Dustclaw gifted 5 subs to the community. Welcome to the sub club. Feltemp, White Lando, Camping Luna, Edonis, and Broken Quest. Chugga chugga. We are hyped.
Thanks, everybody.
I am hyped, and it is Christmas, so let's show
I'm
it
all
off.
hyped up. I'm all full of eggnog.
No.
And Alex, why don't you show the new feature that has returned to the Retro Pals stream?
It's back.
Oh my fucking god, the webcam's back. Can you believe it? It's been literal years since we've used this thing. Mostly because we broke the last one. Plug it in, just didn't work at all. Took us this long to finally replace it. I decided since it was Christmas, and since y'all have been so generous, we might as well get a replacement thing. So we can do more ridiculous things on this stream. Alright, so this present opening is going to be from the top. These first two these first two presents tied for last place. So good job, losers. What's in those?
Well, here's the first one.
It's got a candy cane motif. Perhaps it's some kind of candy.
Excuse me, I don't like this.
Why not?
Because it's... Here's what you said you wouldn't play. King of Route 66.
We're gonna play that. By God, we're going to play this. I bought an original copy of it. This game's, the only problem is it's impossible. Like, it's literally really, really, really hard to play. I'm going to have to, like, dig up some Game Genie codes or something, or maybe use emulator save states, but one way or another, we will play the sequel to American 18-Wheeler Pro Trucker.
Next is this one.
Next is that one.
Beautiful.
It's got some snowmen on it. I think that was the last one I wrapped, because you can clearly tell where I got tired of it.
Yeah.
I just started...
see.
I didn't do a good wrapping job at all.
I mean, I don't blame you.
I am wrapping my own possessions here. It's kind of pointless. And the tied for last place...
Thank you for the 500 bits.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I should check out the chat, huh?
Yeah, you gotta work it. Folks, what do we got? We got... Oh, man, really?
Yep, in the new year, we are going to play, I promise you,
Raw Danger.
An excellent game. I really wish y'all would have picked this one. It's a holiday game. It's full of jank. It's ridiculous. The only problem with this is that I'm going to have to play through it in advance to be like, just to see what the gameplay's like. Because you can get stuck in this. You can get frustrated, but I think a smooth playthrough of Raw Danger is what we're really hankering for in the coming year.
Oh shit, thank you, Scarlet Swordfish, for gifting 5 subs to the community.
Wow, welcome to the sub club. Z Reserve, Vestless, Crade, Elfbutt, and Defiant Optimist. Thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. Alright.
Okay, second place. This one almost took it. This one was ahead for a time, but then the magenta won out in the end. What is this failed present in second place? The game we might have played tonight, but will play next year. I'm so excited to see which of my games you open next.
Oh hey! It's everyone's favorite middle child. Parappa the Rappa 2.
It is, yeah.
I don't know why it's a middle child, but it's a child nonetheless.
Well,
so thank you, Rusty, for the 100 bits.
Nice, thank you. I picked some.
Oh, and Spin Cut, thank you for donating $25, and Frappe just donated 5 as well.
Whoa, nice, thank you. I picked some particularly reflective games, so
yeah,
sorry if you end up seeing anything.
The big Christmas gifts. Here's Parappy the Rappy, too.
Mm-hmm. It'll happen next year. We're going to be rapping about noodles.
All right, are you ready? Are you ready for what we're playing tonight? Are you all ready?
Yeah, the game we're playing tonight is this. I think you can remove those games in front. Yeah, just toss them.
Done. This is it. I'm going to rip it from the front so you can see it better.
Is it a major surprise? Is it a huge disappointment? What did Grandma get us?
It won't open.
What did Grandma's get us from the Walmart?
It's upside down. I keep opening these upside down.
Grandma, you got a Sega Classics Collection for the PS2.
You did.
Grandma, you can't wrap for
hands.
shit. Wow, look at that. Oh man, you know what this is all about. And if you don't, you're about to find out.
Aw, Sonic's happy with it. Look at him.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that cute?
I love that song.
It's like it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks everybody for voting. Let's get to the gameplay. Let's play some games.
Okay.
Alex has thrown the wrapping paper all over the floor.
Please put this towards playing Raw Danger with the Parappa Paradise controller incentive. Oh,
you got
Frappe.
it. All right.
Okay, I got
Man,
it.
I need a Para controller.
I'll just put this pile of trash here. It's fine.
Yeah, just leave it right next to you.
Yeah,
Alex
fine.
is practically a raccoon, so.
I mean, you could use it for a lot of things.
Here's looking forward to many more streams featuring the RetroPals webcam, which was already dropped before it even managed to appear on the stream even once.
Oh, shit,
Look forward to a bright future.
Thank you, Autumn Spear, for the 200 bits. Happy belated birthday, Alex. Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, it was Alex's birthday a couple days ago. Thank you, Alex.
A couple of weeks ago. You mean Monday?
Oh, oh my God.
Monday.
Oh my God.
It has been a very long week.
Let's play some video games.
I didn't spill Monster on anything.
Spilled Monster on my brain.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, hold up.
Hold on.
We're going to open PS2 loader this in order to minimize load times. Because there's a bunch of games on this thing, and they may not be what you expect. Now, of course, there's plenty of retro compilations available for PS2. That's when they started to really take off. But this one's a little bit different. This is not a compilation of Sega Genesis or, God forbid, Saturn or Dreamcast games. Nope. Instead, it's a compilation of a bunch of budget games released in Japan. within the year before this came out.
Thank you, Xkeeper, for the 100 bits and Solar Pound for gifting 2 subs to the community. Welcome to the Sub Club. Gundam, Jahutikai, and Seven Named Sam.
Thank you.
Seven Named Sam.
We have a game.
We have GAM.
Mm-hmm. And I need to be able to hear it.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you. Sega Classics Collection. Now, you hear that title and you just think, oh, these are really old Sega games I know and love, just like I remember them. No, the purpose of the series is that they're not like you remember them. Not at all. They've been remade with modern technology, circa 2005. Yeah, 2005.
2005.
Let's start her up. The first game it shows to us is something called Alien Syndrome.
Oh, I love Alien Syndrome.
Yeah. That old top-down arcade game where you blasted aliens. Yeah, it does that.
Okay. I was like,
All the games you're going to see tonight were produced as part of the 3D Ages line, which was a collaboration between D3 Publisher and Sega. D3 Publisher, of course, behind the Simple 1500 and Simple 2000 series. They know all about the budget games, and Sega wanted to make some money off their old games, so there you go. The Simple 2000 folks and Sega teaming up to remake your favorites.
that should be good.
Hype train success. Thanks,
Yes,
everybody.
This train's going crazy. Thank you all so much for the support. And thank you, Sega Ages Collection. 18 subs, Jesus.
Could be spooky. I want to say that this game was left off the European Sega Classics Collection because it was too spooky. It raised the age rating to a teen over here in the States. So yeah, the first game in the menu is actually Sega Ages 2500 Volume 14. These games being released in Japan for 2,500 yen each, and there being a whole bunch of them. Let's play 2-player.
Really?
Yeah. When else are you going to get the chance to play fucked up 2-player Alien Syndrome remake?
Fair enough.
I want to be Marie. I hope this is 2-player simultaneous. The original was.
It'd be funny if it wasn't.
I wouldn't put it past him. These remakes are kind of hit and miss, as people may have heard. You can already see the budget. There's no voiceover. Just kind of simple models. Yeah, the one thing I remember about this game is that it's dark. It's so dark. So unbelievably dark.
Yeah, I can't see shit.
Turn on the fucking lights. Alright, so just like the original game, the goal is to find all the dudes and save them. There's a little map that pops up sometimes. Just follow me.
Okay.
But unlike the original game, look what was added. Twin stick shooting mechanics. Look at it. Both of us are using both of our analog sticks. Let's go this
Worms.
way. And yeah, this is why the game was omitted from the UK collection, because look at all this blood. Sure, it's just like sausage blood, but still.
Sausage blood?
Well, what are we shooting?
Worms. It's worm blood.
Are they worms?
Are they? Folks, are these worms?
Are these worms? This environment is dark as shit. I cannot see it.
They do look like Mike and Ike's. Oh my god.
I cannot see it at all on my screen, which is pretty cool.
Thank you, Punky Chris, for the 26-month resub. Sausage blood is greater than worm blood, I agree. Maybe they're blood sausages. You think of that?
Yeah, the space blood sausages.
Yeah.
Thank you for the sub. Why don't you get that flamethrower? It's the F.
F, okay, I'll get it. Gimme. Ooh, crispy sausage.
So, pretty basic idea. Just take Alien Syndrome, only give it more modern controls. That being twin stick, dual analog kind of thing. This was a popular approach for a time, but with geometry wars and all that. But it just makes sense when you apply it to Alien Syndrome.
This is fun. I wish the environment wasn't so dark, because I'm
Yeah,
having
I
a
know.
great time.
The games have problems, you see. A little rough around the edges. You want to go up here?
100 bits from Koryun, who says, sausage.
Shooting that space sausage. Oh, I see where the exit is. Let's go this a ways.
What about the guy? Oh, you freed him? Yeah.
I got him. Oh, what about the guy?
I'm
just
always
leave?
thinking about the guy.
And I'm always thinking about leaving. Clearly, we have different priorities.
There's always someone in the relationship thinking about the guy, and then someone thinking about going to the exit. That's just how it works.
One person in the relationship is like, "Where's the guy?" And the other person's like, "I want to go home."
Mm-hmm. That's just how it works.
Do you think anyone's ever streamed two-player of this?
No.
Like this specific version? Yeah, probably not.
Like maybe on YouTube.
I know Duke Donuts is into these remakes. He's streamed a couple of them before. I think they could have sold it a little bit better. This needs to be a little less blurry and more chunky. It's got that weird... I don't know how to describe it, but I've come to know it as the renderware look.
Yeah.
This was a popular middleware that was on PlayStation 2. Real easy to use, real cheap to license, and it made games that look like this. Which, I mean, if you're on a budget, maybe you don't mind that the games look like this, but,
I mind. No, I don't mind.
a little bit hard to tell. Whoa, I was... Holy shit! I exploded! Nice.
Big worm, big worm, big worm.
Oh god, here comes the big boy.
Big worm. I died.
You are so dead.
I'm alive. Thank you, Raccoon Violet, for the 26-month resub. Happy holidays, pals. Happy holidays to you, too. Thank you.
Oh, happy holidays. Thank you. We're ringing in the holidays by shooting whatever this is.
Killing a worm. It's what you do.
It's the celebratory worm killing of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It's Dickensian when you think about it. Oi, sir. May I shoot another worm? Y'all remember that one?
Yes, I remember the famous worm craze of the 1800s. Oh, I gotta put my name. Hey. Yeah, that's good. Nope. Oh. I was using the wrong thing, of course.
You pushed like 14 buttons before you...
I know!
Oh my god. Well, let's check out the second level briefly before we move on. I think you get the point. This is a pretty fun one. It's a nice addition to the collection. It's sorely missing from the UK release, where they just ironically can't deal with all the blood sausages. That's where they come from. Alright, what's Nostrium look like? I bet it's really dark.
I was gonna say, that's dark as shit. Yo, cool.
Whoa, okay.
I like these little fellas.
Let's shoot a couple of these critters before we move on.
Okay, I want to do that.
Look at them, they're just wandering around like little lost dogs. Oh, I say right as they make one explode into a cloud of blood. Like little lost dogs. I guess it's a generator.
This is fun. Can we just play a game? Or...
I'd like to. I'd like to just play a game. Maybe we can do that for Christmas. Just enjoy a game, for God's sake.
I think we're only allowed to do that if it's an FMV game where, like, nobody can act.
Yeah, it has to be a game that no one else on the planet knows how to play. Like, I'm free to enjoy Wirehead if I want.
I like this game.
Isn't it cool?
A lot.
It's such a simple way to upgrade the old formula, but they did it, and they didn't fuck it up too bad.
I hope the other ones are just as good.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Boy, this flamethrower is really satisfying.
Yo, look what I got.
Whoa, what even is that?
It's like flamethrower, but better, because it's got range. Wow, I have the best weapon in the game.
Nice.
Great. I love this weapon. This game is so good.
Oh, this weapon's good too. Man, the weapons feel really nice. Usually in these games, the weapons feel underpowered, and enemies can take a really long time to kill.
100 bits from Blab, who says 100 bits towards Splash Wave on OutRun.
Okay, there you go. It's currently Splash Wave. If anyone wants to donate more bits to influence the vote, there you go. Splash wave isn't often heard. I'd like to hear that one. What the fuck?
What is... They're homing missiles.
Yeah! Okay, there's a couple more dudes up here, and then we can just get the hell out of Dodge. Oh, that's a... I couldn't see that. Alright.
Wow, that laser's killing me a lot. I'm
No,
dead.
there's a thing in the floor you fell through, is what it was.
Oh, it's a hole.
Yeah.
Mystery hole.
It's so dark in here you couldn't see the mystery hole. I will forge on alone, see if I can beat this level.
Oh.
It's much more tense when you don't have a second player just kind of blowing everything up around you. You kind of feel overpowered in two-player. I kind of like that. And the second boss is also extremely gross. Hey, I'm here too.
I was gonna say, who's his little goblin friend? Oh, you've got options.
Mm-hmm.
That don't seem very helpful. Oh, there they... Okay, maybe they are helpful.
It's helpful if I want to hit beside me once every 5 seconds. Alright. There's my super.
Nice.
You didn't think much of it.
Oh, I can press start.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, there you
here.
go. Welcome back.
I'm here to help. I'm here to help.
Help me kill this guy.
Okay.
He's got a big face. I don't like it.
He doesn't like this.
Oh, he does not. That is doing a shit ton of damage. Oh, he melted into blood. Oh, now it's my game that's over. Okay,
You're back.
now I'm back. Ew. Man, I'd say the ugly renderware look actually works in this game's favor, because these aliens do actually look pretty nasty.
Yes!
Whoa. Holy fuck, Grandma, you got it's the coolest game ever for Christmas. If anyone's grandma got you this for Christmas in 2005, that grandma's cool. I hope she played Alien Syndrome with you. All right, we have a hit.
I
think that's officially a hit.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good game on the collection. Thank you, Alex.
No, you're welcome. People hated the way that final boss looked. I can't describe what they're describing it as, but just know that you're all perverts.
Of course. A very perverted Christmas.
Ugh.
Alien Syndrome. Man. If they don't fuck up and include like 30 or 40 levels or something, this might actually be good. If there's only like 8 or 10, I could see this being a fun playthrough. But that's game number 14 in this series. Maybe we should go back a little bit.
Okay.
They weren't always this good.
I'm sure the other ones are fine.
Probably. PS2, by the way, heaviest system that I own, easily. When you put a hard drive in that thing, it's like a rock. Game number 2.
What
Columns.
can you do to columns?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Let's find out. You want to play this one too?
Is it 2-player?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I sounded so weird there.
Okay.
Okay.
If I gotta. Wow.
All right.
Volume 7. Somewhere in the middle of this this series. The collaboration part of the series, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They upgraded this part, too. All these graphics are new. Look, the stick moves.
Okay.
Bonk.
I wish they added T-spin.
That would be hell.
There is no 3D rendering of the Columns 3 guy. It really sucks.
All right,
Whoa,
versus
there's
mode.
anime girls. Is that new?
Sorta? This is more from Columns 3, which had that Egyptian motif and had the versus mode to begin with.
Oh, Cromley, thank you for the 39-month resub.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, mostly this is just a remake of the original Columns in the one-player or endless flavors. But they figured you do want to play with your friends, so you might as well include a simple versus mode. Doesn't go into the full craziness of Columns 3, which had a 5-player versus mode.
No, that's too many players.
That's too many columns. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can do this, but hopefully You can change how the jewels look so they aren't so busy. It's kind of hard on the eyes.
Nice. Alright. That was a bad move on my part, but...
This music just sounds like MIDIs you download off of the MIDI planet. I don't know what a MIDI site was called back then.
No, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean as someone who downloaded a lot of MIDIs back in the day. I did. I don't know why I did either. I downloaded so many anime themes to animes I'd never even seen. Why was I listening to the Doraemon theme on MIDI?
'Cause it's a fucking banger.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget what it sounds like.
I do too. No, wait, no, I hear it again. I hear it in my mind's eye. I can feel the waves of the music flow through me. I'm doing so poorly. It's really funny. Shout out to all the Columns players watching me who are going to leave the nastiest comments.
You can count on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like when you fill up that bar there, it gives you one of those flashing jewels that allows you to get rid of a certain color. I don't need to tell you all this. You're all
The
Columns
flashing jewel
experts.
thing didn't work for me.
Oh.
It didn't get rid of the color at all.
It should also be like able to attack, right?
Yeah, I don't know how to...
I don't know either. Ooh, here we go. Bam. Shit talking. I didn't even use that magic jewel.
Why did I do that?
Not so sure I like this versus mode. It's kind of bare bones. It doesn't make sense.
And my character's stressing and sweating. I am too. Eh. Did you see
Shit,
what I
what
just
was
did?
that? What happened over there? Oh, that's how you attack. Okay.
What do you do?
You have to position the magic jewel in a certain way. You have to make it so that the down arrow is on the bottom or something.
Oh, I see. Well, I did something.
If it's that little cluster, it eliminates all jewels of a certain color.
Oh, okay. Annoying.
Yeah. That's Columns. How about this?
Rude?
What'd you think of that?
Rude!
No.
That's
That's
how
me.
I'm feeling. Okay.
Who do you think's gonna win this one? Place your votes
Place
now.
your bets.
Could be either one of us.
Place your bets.
Place your bets. Hey,
Don't like that?
I like it a lot.
Mad at you. Mad at you. Mad you.
I'm mad about you. The new hit sitcom. I win. I made Alex think about Mad About You.
You did, and I lost.
All right, you can quit out of this. So, Columns, eh?
Columns.
This is an update of the original Columns.
Hey, all the strategies from before are still alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Here's good old Columns. And you can change it so the jewels aren't constantly, emoting. That's nice.
I wish they were emoting. I want them to pog at me.
I want some melancholic jewels. We hate being alive.
Melancholic jewels.
Get the fuck out of here.
You can. I'm the producer.
Columns. It's alright. Would I have paid 2,500 yen for it? Probably not. But it's nice that it's in this collection. This collection, by the way, launched at $20 here in the States, so this whole collection cost less than one of the Sega Simple 2,500 games would have cost. And it includes, like, what, 9 games or something?
Oh, nice. Wait, how much was this?
$20.
Wow, that's a really good deal.
Individually, 25 in Japan. We're all about good deals here on Retro Pals.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy Zone.
Ooh. Get ready.
No, that's...
But that's... No, never mind.
That's Space Hair. We're both right, and we're both wrong. The important part is we're both assholes.
Mm-hmm.
So Fantasy Zone. What could they do to old Fantasy Zone? Well, they could render the whole thing in 3D for some reason, which is what they did.
But, okay.
Volume 3, pretty straightforward. First of all, let's turn on that auto fire. Where's the auto fire? Oh no, is there no auto fire in this?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I like that you can change the country.
That's nice. I want auto fire though. You kind of, well, okay. We'll alternate mash then.
Oh man, rip Danny's hands. Oh, I don't know about that background.
Here's the surprising thing about this. This looks all right. It looks a whole lot like the original. It just is in 3D. It's kind of like what they did with Guilty Gear. Yeah, Fantasy Zone, you need to have that rapid fire. Everything's just a little bit more embellished, a little bit more 3D.
Just a little bit more juice.
Yeah, a little bit more
game.
juice. Yeah, it looks good.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the Muppets game for Christmas, but,
I told Grandma I wanted the Muppet Family Christmas for PS2. Alright, alternating mashing isn't too bad when you got 2 buttons to work with. I'm no BBH, I can't 3-finger mash on a single button, what the fuck?
I was gonna say, if you need me to take over mashing, let me know.
No, I'm doing okay.
Okay. Mostly I just want to play more games. I forgot how fun it was.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, there's a couple more 2-player ones. We'll get there.
Okay, cool.
Playing one game that I'm really excited to play with a second player. I've seen it a few times here on Twitch, but nobody ever does the 2-player mode, because no one wants to make another person suffer.
Thank you for not making me suffer.
Hey, no problem. Well, except for all the Retro Pal streams you're a part of every week.
It's fine. It could be worse. It could be Ninja or whatever.
This is new.
Oh!
While the boss is exploding, you can collect all the delicious money that comes from
Yo,
his mouth.
they're puking money!
Mm-hmm.
God, I love when people puke money.
Yeah, this part is completely absent from the original arcade game. Normally the boss would just explode, you get some coins and that's it, but here they turn it to a Space Harrier sort of thing, which is appropriate because they both take place in the Fantasy Zone. Doesn't this look cool?
It's very cool.
I don't think they fucked this one up. I think it looks just fine. They could have really screwed with it. They could have made it horrible, but they didn't. They showed restraint.
So, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I think so far the games have been good.
Yeah.
Columns was fine. It was just a fine Columns game.
Yeah, I don't know why this series gets so much shit. We'll probably never find out why, actually.
Welcome, DJ. We are playing Sega Classics.
Hoping to find some hidden gems in here.
You're also being reminded to keep on the best.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna save my heavy bomb for the boss. We'll see if we get there. Laser's pretty nice to have.
Oh, Dream Harrier Live, thank you so much for the raid. We are playing through Sega Classics Collection.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for the raid. We're here in your Fantasy Zone. You being the Dream Harrier, I assume that you live in Fantasy Zone. What was it you were playing? I already forgot. It looked cool, though.
Yeah, I don't like the way those hands wave. That's not good.
Yeah. It's not all successful. Man, this is fun. Maybe I should become a Fantasy Zone streamer.
You should.
No one else has the guts.
I think that's how you're gonna get the big sponsorships. Sephora's gonna be calling you.
Alright, check this out.
Got it. Very cool.
What I wanted to do there was to go above the enemy and drop my heavy bomb so that it would destroy all the stuff at once and make me look cool. And that's exactly what happened.
It is exactly what happened.
Glad you all can see that.
That was really good. I'm sorry.
I wanted to look cool for once. Yeah, these parts don't add much, but they do look cool. And they give you a lot more coins than you get in the original arcade version, so that means more weapons. Potentially an easier game. Man, these are in real 3D. You can see the tops of these little tables.
God, that's nice.
So a pretty looking game, and they made it look okay on PS2. They showed restraint. They just added what little they could to not completely fuck up the formula. Welcome to La Dune.
Ladune looks like a bunch of Swiss cheese.
It's delicious. I bet it smells great.
Oh man, I love Swiss cheese.
Well, it looks like I have to kill myself off in order to quit the game, so let's do that.
Alright.
Is that 3 winners in a row? I guess Columns was a little weak for 2,500 yen, but otherwise, what can you do?
Yeah, I can't really complain about columns. It's columns.
It's Columns. They kind of forgot about Columns. Tetris has gotten 1 billion re-releases and Columns hasn't seen shit. Usually it's just like, oh, it's part of this Genesis collection. Suck it.
Does anybody want columns? We're just throwing columns on. It's like they have extra columns back in the warehouse that they just keep tossing onto collections.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they do. Game 3 of 9? Feeling fine. This is a good Christmas so far. That's about to change, because we're going to play Golden Axe.
Uh-oh.
You still got your controller?
Yeah, and people talking about stack columns on the Astro City Mini.
Oh, yeah, the rarely seen stack columns. They're actually re-releasing it.
All
This
right.
was, I think, game number 2 in their entire series in Japan. This is a full 3D remake of the hit fantasy-themed brawler Golden Axe. Oh yeah, it has an intro and everything. Now, you may have seen this game before if you watched the Duke Donut stream here on Twitch. Me and Duke agree on one thing, and that is bad ports of Golden Axe are fucking hilarious. It's just something about this game that fucking it up makes it extra hilarious, because the game relied so much on graphical presentation and just sort of the impressing the player back then with the 16-bit hardware. So when you make it look like a big pile of shit, it's just like, oh my god, there's nothing here. It's just shit. Hard to say whether this is better or worse than PC Engine Golden Axe. Is this Alicia Dragoon? Yeah, it does kind of look like that. Got that same intro. Oh, they should have remade Alicia Dragoon to look like this. It would have been beautiful.
Hold on, gotta finish the pan here. Oh.
There's this guy named Death Adder. That's where the story begins. There's this guy. What else do you need to know?
Okay, that seemed fine.
I had this on Genesis. It was one of my favorite Genesis games. I was hyped about this re-release. Versus battle! Okay, it can be 2 players simultaneous.
Okay, thank God.
I was about to be really upset. Alright, hit your start button.
I'll be Axe Battler.
Look at the sad Gilius Thunderhead over here.
Oh, he looks so sad.
Anyone want to give the dwarf a hug?
Oh, I love him.
Please. Please.
Oh, wow. He looks like he's a child in oh my god, he looks like a mocapped sad child, like in Monster House or something.
Anyone know the way to Santa's workshop? Whoa, shit! Whoa! Holy crap!
Ugh. Look at what happens when I get ugh.
Yeah, so your basic attack is X, And then you push square to do, like, this extra shit? Yeah. Circle is your jump. You can jump and attack, kind of. You've played Golden Axe with me before,
Yeah,
right?
we've done that. Oh, God.
You've seen what a good Golden Axe looks like. This is not what a good Golden Axe looks like.
This is stupid. I'm sorry for...
It's got that fucking 8-way movement that they add to brawlers for some reason. I hate when they do that. They did
Me
that.
too.
They did that with the Turtles in Time remaster. It was bullshit.
Hey, I'm so glad you feel that way because that's actually what's been keeping me from playing a lot of modern brawlers. I
Yeah,
hate
they
that.
just don't get it.
Get away from the sad boy.
Oh man, there's team damage. You can hurt me, and I can hurt you.
Oh, that sucks.
So how about that huge effect that pops up whenever you hit anything?
Die, 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 die,
Die, you little shit. You little bastard.
Hey, oh God.
Yeah.
No.
You having a good time?
I mean, it depends on your definition of good. And maybe time.
Are we having a time? Yes. Good?
Like, time is passing, and we are engaging with the concept of time.
This is a past time.
I am
You beat the
hurting
shit
you
out of
so
me.
bad! I'm not trying to!
I want to get the... Yeah, there we go. I deserve this.
Yeah, you get it. I don't...
You can only jump up by moving left or right, so you have to maneuver there and then jump to the left.
That sucks! This sucks!
That's cool. Wonder what the magic looks like. Chicken leg. I'm using the magic. It's
You look
triangle.
so depressed to be using it.
I'm using magic. Santa fired me for being drunk. But at least I got my chicken leg. Oh, my chicken leg!
Kiss your chicken leg! Get
Now
his
I have
ass!
now
Die!
I have nothing.
Die! How dare you!
Oh, these attacks have such huge wind-ups.
They do. You're...
It takes like a full second before the attack comes out after you hit the button.
Look at my walk. It's really dopey.
Yeah, why would you have 8-way movement? It's still... I don't know what they were thinking. Oh, look at this slowdown. Let me remind you, this is original hardware, so this is accurate slowdown. If anything, it should be running faster because this is off a hard drive. Oh, man. That epic slowdown. To let you know that something cool's happening.
How do I even use my magic?
The slowdown... Oh my god! I don't know if you noticed this, but the slowdown interfects with the phasing of the interlacing.
Yeah.
So you can see occasional interlace frames when it gets really slow. Not even the retro tank knows what to do with this.
Oh, I did not mean to use all my magic right now, but I found the magic button.
That's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Fuck that guy. The other thing about this game is that it's very easy. Like, easy enough where you can play through the whole thing in one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
You'd never want to, though. Because I've actually sat down thinking, you know what, I should probably finish this piece of shit. And inevitably, I'm just like, no, I could be doing literally anything else.
I'm not trying to hurt you! Why does it let me hurt my spouse? What kind of cruel god would let this happen? This was a design choice. They designed it so I could hurt you.
Yep. I gave you a nice headbutt in the ass,
Thank
though.
you, I deserve that.
Just to keep you on your toes. Already bringing up PC Engine Golden Axe. Yep, that's another great port of this game. It's amazing how much and in various ways they managed to fuck up this game over the years. It's so simple in premise. It's a barbarian game, come on.
How do I get off of this?
You don't.
Oh. No, I was trying to give... I wanted to give it to you to cure your seasonal depression.
Seasonally effective dwarf. god. If I paid 2,500 yen for this, I would be upset. I would be pretty upset. Ow!
I'm sorry. Here, you can kick my ass for free. Free, no money allowed, no money needed. Kick it.
Alright. There's your ass kicking.
Thank you. Electrocute me. Why wouldn't it let me kill that man?
We're not even through level 1, and I'm done with this game. I just want to move on.
Yeah, get it all. There you go.
Thank you.
Hey! What the hell? Lady. See, I'd love to help you fight, but I'm afraid that if I go close to you, it'll kick your ass.
They call that the hedgehog's dilemma.
Fucking sad dwarf dilemma.
I'm rolling. You can't stop me now once I start rolling. don't come near me. I can't control it. Can't stop the rock. Oh my god.
We did it. We beat a level.
Stage clear.
Oh my god.
Golden Axe. Not one of the best Sega Classics collections, but they did include this part. You ever been sitting around your friends around the campfire, and some freaking elves come in, and they start stealing your shit? They added dialogue to this for some reason.
It looks less like an elf and more like a rat man.
It looks kind of like a deer.
Yeah, it is very capybara-esque.
And capybara thieves. Wait, they just steal your shit in this one? You don't get a chance to get it back?
Why?
Oh. Well, the score is 3 winners, 1 loser. But the loser is a big loser.
The loser is us.
Everyone loses for playing this. Jeez.
Can I go in the... No, let me...
Yeah, let us in the water. I want to take a dip. Let's go skinny dipping.
Take me to the river.
Put me in the water. Can we quit? Do you want to keep going?
No.
Okay, you got it. Golden Axe for PS2. It really looks and plays like that. That's my warning to you.
I am terrified of... Everybody keeps talking about DOS Golden Axe, and I'm... No.
Oh, DOS Golden Axe. I haven't even seen that one.
Ugh.
Yeah, it might be fun to do a stream that's just infinite ports of a single game. Like Golden Axe or Final Fight or something. Alright, the next one we got. Is it a winner? I don't know.
Okay, Monaco GP.
Kind of a weird one to remake. We've covered this on the show before. There was a simulation of this game available in, what was it, Sega Ages Memorial Selection Volume 2 for Sega Saturn? This was the game where it was built on discrete circuitry, no ROMs, so you can't dump it and emulate it. You just have to simulate what it was like. And here they've given it a full remake. It's a good beat.
Yeah.
Versus mode. We'll have to try that. Classic or original?
What? I guess original.
Original in the Japanese gaming sense means an original scenario, meaning that it's different, and not the same as the original, which is classic. Does that make sense?
I think it makes sense. Are you okay? You're warping through time and space there, honey.
I like it. Boom, here we go. We're going. We're going as fast as we can. We're going. I don't think this thing has gears. Where's the gears? Where's the gears? Where's the... Oh, shit! What happened there?
Well...
Oh, I see. Alright, I get you. Instead of holding down the X button, you gotta hold up on the left analog stick.
Oh.
Anyone remember how slippery the analog sticks on the PS2 are?
Oh.
Well, how about in a game that regularly has ice sequences? I just passed one.
Wait, ice sequences?
Yeah. Road turns to ice.
Don't you think that they should probably remove that from the... Oh, never mind.
No, it's cool.
Do they make people... I mean, I don't watch racing, but do they force people to race over ice?
Not the ice.
Because if they do, then maybe I'll start watching racing or whatever. We have an F1 track here in town.
Does it have an ice segment?
No, but it's going to have 2 roller coasters soon.
Whoa, on the track?
I wish. No, like next to the track, I think.
I love the really violent explosion every time you crash. Well, it's very faithful to the original. A simple circuitry-based top-view driving game.
Yep.
Now on PS2. Alright, now let's see original mode. Meaning not the original. We'll do this one.
That seems easy enough.
There's different courses for this one. Look, it's level-based. You got 15 levels of Monaco GP.
That's a lot of bang for your buck.
Uh-huh. Oh, someone help that car. It's in pain.
Oh my god. Please, it's suffering.
Here we go. This one adds some video game bullshit to it.
Oh, it sure does.
Mm-hmm. It's got power-ups. It's got collectible stars.
And chat's mentioned this is a Tamsoft game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sega teamed up with a bunch of different budget developers for this series. Tamsoft being one of them. This one you gotta turn with the L and R triggers when it's time to turn. So it plays a lot different. Like, you gotta do this. God. I don't know where
They're
these...
just flying around.
Don't know where these Monaco GP superfans came from who demanded the release of a remake. And yet here we are. Me, I would have remade Turbo. Anyone play that? That's a good one. Good old Sega Turbo. This kind of has the same problem that I have with those, those old PC Engine F1 games. Where it would just be overhead view and it would be way too fast to ever see anything.
Oh yeah, I hate that shit.
Someone liked those games because they made a shit ton of them. You could jump too. Yeah, I forgot about that. There's a jump button now.
Can you bump?
You can bump.
Oh shit.
You can
well,
bump
here we
and
go.
you can jump. It's a stealth bump and jump remake.
I'm gonna say it. This is better than the original.
I think so too. It's a little bit more active, a little bit more exciting. Once you master the turning, that's pretty fun too. It's got bumping and jumping. I want to land on top of a dude.
I don't like the way your car screams like an animal suffering.
Dude, you can totally jump on top of the cars and kill them like in Bump and Jump. I think that's what they wanted to do. They secretly wanted to remake Bump and Jump, but all they had was the stupid Monaco GP license. Also just want to say that these games have never looked better to my eyes than they look right now, because, again, PS2, they're usually interlaced to shit. But I'm seeing this on a retro tank for the first time. Alright, what's this power-up? It just makes you really big? It makes you huge? Alright. Oh, shit.
Big boy, doing things.
This music's a little too much. The game's not this exciting.
Yeah. As you say that, the music just went insane.
Yeah. Screaming in pain. Screaming for vengeance, these cars. It just gets higher and higher in pitch. Fuck! Whoa!
Well,
I think I took out like 10 people there. Horrible disaster. You know what? I kind of like this. This is secretly kind of fun. It's very silly, kind of shittily made. But I can't help it.
It's good.
I just like being a crazy explosive car.
Yeah, I like the wild nature of this game.
Yeah. It's just infinite laps. We're gonna do this forever?
Yeah,
for all
does
of
this
time?
end?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe this is the rest of the stream.
Okay. Well, everybody, you're stuck here in a pocket of time where nothing makes sense and nothing ends. And we're all gonna play Monaco GP.
Wanted to take out that sign. Let's briefly check out the versus mode, because I've never seen it. Four-player? Red Falcon? That's a Konami thing. Let's play.
All right, let's go.
Possibly the first people ever to play this game. 2 players on Twitch. Let's do a level we definitely can't do.
Oh, no.
Your controls are just hold up and drive.
Okay.
You may need to hit L and R in this one, I don't know.
I will do that.
Oh, we got a split screen. Circle is jump. Oh, you gotta hit L and R in this one. I guess it defaults you to original mode. Also, are we suspended high above the earth or something? What do you think?
I don't like Monaco GP.
Not a fan.
No.
It's a little hard to like.
I don't like this turning scheme.
It is a scheme. Fuck. Yeah, we're just over the ocean.
Yeah,
This
what
is
the
very
hell?
dangerous.
Why would you build it like this?
Why did they replicate this entire course here in Austin? This is kind of cool in concept. I actually kind of like
That's
this.
normal. I'm fine. I'm doing good. Don't worry about me.
I jumped, flew off the side, and managed to course correct and land back on the road.
I was looking at your side. Why did I do that? Alex, please.
Fuck. Does that sign say always good?
Yeah, it's about me.
Always together with you, Golden
The
Star.
car
Cloud.
hit me. The ambulance hit me.
Firestone oil. What does that say? Something something in high quality oil. I'm just gonna go look at the signs. Shit.
No! I was winning! And I didn't pay attention like a clown man from Clown Town.
Go back to Clown College. I'm calling this race. I win this one.
You win. You win so much. Oh my god.
Surprise victory for Monaco GP.
Whew.
I'm gonna say this is a dark horse candidate for no, we call those hidden gems. This is a hidden gem. That's what it is.
Good.
I got an idea for a YouTube character.
Okay, who? Tell me.
He showcases hidden gems.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is Hidden Jim.
Oh my god. No gyms can do this until we do it.
Our next game is OutRun.
Oh hey.
What was
Splash Wave.
It was Splash Wave, alright. We're going with Splash Wave. No. Wow. Look at those characters.
They look great.
Do they?
Let's turn this up.
Well, the proof is in the pudding. Let's play this pudding.
Pudding.
Arrange.
There you go.
Oh, the arranged version of Splash Wave. Let's do it.
Woohoo.
The fancy pants version.
Get ready.
Alright, y'all know OutRun. But do you know OutRun looking like this? With extra good graphics?
Thank you, Tough Ghost, for the 12 months, 12 whole years. Thank you.
12 whole years, thank you. How do you think this looks?
I think it looks serviceable.
Yeah, that's about the best you're gonna get from renderware.
Like, it's OutRun. I'm not looking for something spectacular.
Are you, though?
Maybe, I mean, for 2,500 yen I would. For 20 bucks on a collection with like 10 other games, I don't care as much.
Yeah, fair enough.
But see, that's the thing. Because we're not buying these individually, we have like a different expectation than like the way they were originally meant to be consumed.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at this collection, yeah. Purchase piecemeal, you might be more open to criticism.
Mm-hmm.
But here it's just like, oh, you basically just paid for one game and you get a bunch of free ones.
Yeah.
Interesting how that recontextualizes itself. We were looking at the Metacritic score for this earlier. It's something like 47.
Yeah, it's 46 or 47.
A lot of people didn't like this.
Mm-mm.
Checkpoint.
Which is surprising, because I really... God, maybe I'm just like... Maybe I'm just one of those deals guys, but this is such a good deal.
Yeah.
Like, this is so much better of a deal than the original collection that I can't be mad at it.
I'm the type of person where if you give me 12 shitty games, I have more fun than with one good game. And if some of the games are good, then even better. Look at that draw distance. You can see it literally drawing it in.
Yeah, I love the Canyon JPEG as the background. It's like they just use the texture in the skybox. It's really good. Oh, thank you, Manken, for the 4-month resub. Beautiful day, although it looks hot. Thank you.
Thank you. We're here in the Grand Canyon, I guess?
I guess. Listen, I know that I'm basically saying that Action 52 is a better game, but I don't want to reach the conclusions that I'm trying to...
Action 52 is pretty entertaining while it lasts.
That's true.
You gotta give it that much.
Oh, thank you, Saint Aspartame, for the 11-month resub. So the bad news is we lost the Ferrari license, but the good news is we got the Dove soap license. That's perfect. Start rendering the soap mobile.
Yep, there you go. It's a pretty boxy-looking Ferrari now that I think about it.
And thank you, the Ultima, for the 100 bits. Feel so alive out here on the road.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I prefer the soundtrack to OutRun 2. I love those vocal tracks. It's me and no one else. Driving and spinning and feeling the wheel. Something. Oh, yeah, 2006. You could also head out and buy OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast, which is an upgraded version of OutRun 2 that came out for PS2 and Xbox. I gotta play that again. That game's so fun. Unfortunately, the Xbox one is hugely expensive nowadays, and that's the best port.
Is that the Alienware logo on the back of the car? I can't tell. I
don't
doubt
know.
it. I hope not.
I don't know what happened there.
What did you do?
I kind of didn't choose a path. I kind of just went right down the middle, and that's what happens.
It's fine.
Time
Yeah,
out.
it's fine.
Well,
Whee!
it plays okay. It doesn't have to have that same sense of speed that the original OutRun does. But it's okay. It's got more levels.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to call this one a miss, just for the sake of
Yeah.
argument. A near miss, like EGM would rank it. This game is a direct headshot. Perfect. Instant death. You'll love it. What's arcade like? This time we'll do Magical Sound Shower.
Okay.
Get ready.
Oh, it's the arcade map, you see? It's cut in half.
Oh.
The arrange mode added a whole bunch of new levels. This is just the standard 5-stage mode.
Got it.
Want to crash this baby in a tree?
Yeah, do it. Oh my god! You both fell out.
Yep. We're dead as hell.
Well, rip.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, they're fine.
Pretty good collection. Feeling pretty okay with what Grandma got us. This would be a good stocking stuffer. Next game. Ho, 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 ho. Let's play it. Space Harrier, the original Fantasy Zone. No, I will not elaborate.
A little worried about this one.
You should be. Oh, then again, it's Space Harrier. How hard can you fuck it up? What did they do to the Mammoth? Mammoth looking like those bunches of grapes in Final Fantasy XIV.
Hey, they fixed those grapes.
They
Now
did.
It looks worse than ever. I love it.
Oh, I'm so sad they fixed it.
They look like just rounder.
Get busy, Harrier. Dragonland is screaming.
What?
I'm sorry?
Did you hear that?
Dragonland is screaming. Well, when you put it like that, let's play.
Oh, those explosions. Stop. No. No. Bad. Stop. Game no.
No, what? What's wrong with it?
Bad.
You don't like Space Harrier when it looks like this?
I don't like bad. These explosions. Yeah, bad.
What's everyone else think? What's the take on 3D Ages Space Harrier?
Crusted. Sell this, no checkerboard. I hate this.
This is on the sell pile.
100
Yeah.
bits from Carmen who says it's all good. Looks like an EDF game. This is a Flash game.
A little bit
Moving
EDF-ish.
on.
Yeah, it's you think they could have done a little bit better than this, but they didn't.
It looked like garbage.
They look a little bit like garbage.
I give it 2 dragons screaming. Look pretty bad.
Yeah, why is Dragonland screaming? What did you do to Dragonland?
They got a tummy ache.
Oh. Who are you?
Yeah, it gets butt.
The fucking dragon visited Hot Topic.
I love them.
Looking a little different from the old segmented dragon that you fought in the original Space Harrier.
I love him. No, I love this. I love this dragon.
You a fan? Okay.
Yeah, don't try not to kill it. Oh,
If I do that.
I don't like that.
I don't know if that did anything.
I'm not getting any crystals for Christmas. I'm getting Chaos Emeralds.
Are you ready, Harrier?
No.
Which Chaos Emeralds are you getting?
I want to get the one that is featured in the Sonic movie. Like a movie, like a film used Chaos Emerald.
A film prop. One that Jim Carrey actually rubbed his butt on.
Yes. Like he had to have rubbed his ass on it. I need confirmation or else I don't want it.
Oh, I'm sorry, we have exclusive access to a preview version of that movie. There's a big scene where Robotnik just rubs his butt all over the emeralds.
It's kind of grotesque, honestly. I don't know how they included it and still got a PG rating, but there you go. This guy won't die.
That's why they shouldn't let us into those preview events.
There you go.
We'll just spoil the whole movie. All the butt rubbing scenes.
That explosion looked like shit.
I beg to differ. I think it looked like ass.
Kind of bad.
How about these guys? It's basically just, remember Space Harrier? Well, what if it looked like shit? Would you still love it? And the answer is, kinda.
Yeah, this is Death Crimson.
Yeah, they made it look like Death Crimson. How'd they do that? There's new weapons. That's cool, right? Right?
Yes?
Eyes? I spent all weekend making the Space Harrier. You gonna play it or what? Oh, you guys are mean. Game development's hard.
Let's see. This looks like shit.
Here at Retro Pals, we pull no punches. If your game looks like shit, we're gonna say it. We did it.
This guy looks like he's bringing a cooler to a picnic. He does.
Oh no, the mushrooms. Oh no, the
bad,
trees.
Bad. Danny, bad.
God. You know, what was that one WiiWare game that looked especially bad with the monkey who kept throwing shit? Tanto-R.
Yeah.
This looks a lot like Tanto-R.
It does.
Oh, here comes the slowdown.
This really looks like something that would get pulled from Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah. They'd release it and pull it in 24 hours when they realized they didn't have the license. Alright, I'm issuing a call out there to everyone who has the rarely seen Modest Mouse DLC for Power Gig, Rise of the Sixth String. If anyone has that, please contact your local preservation services.
Wait.
That was DLC that was released for 24 hours and then it was pulled because the game sold like 10 copies. And it cost more to put up than it would have brought in money. A lot of good history on Xbox Live, I gotta tell you. I think there was also some Kid Rock DLC, but no one wants that.
What?
Yeah, don't you remember Power Gig?
I kind of do.
Their big claim to fame is that they had the artists that Rock Band and Guitar Hero couldn't get. And those two artists were Kid Rock and Eric Clapton. Isn't that great?
God.
Doesn't that kick ass?
No.
That's only gotten funnier over the years.
Yes, as time goes on, that comes better and better.
Easily the funniest music game release of all time.
Oh my god.
Someone got to do a post-mortem on that. That was the first time I heard that fucking Kid Rock song that just samples Werewolves of London.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And then you get all excited because you think it's Werewolves of London, and then it
Yeah,
isn't.
I hate it.
And not only is it not Werewolves of London, but in fact it's the worst song ever made. Okay, I want to see what the bonus stage looks like. That's why I got this far. Who are you? Oh no!
Kitty! Don't hurt Kitty!
It's the guy from the never-ending what's it? The story that didn't end.
The never-ending story?
That's it. Wow, Falcor's drunk as shit. Hold on, kid. Oh god, I'm hitting all the trees. Jesus Christ. Branches all up my nostrils. Fuck. God. Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
You gotta pilot me directly into the trees. I'm gonna call this one a miss, too. I think this is a miss. That's like, what, 3 hits and 2 misses? Or is it 3 misses?
3 misses.
3 hits, 3 misses. We're at 50-50 here. I don't know. I'd still have fun with this. It's not unplayable like Golden Axe is. It's just, it looks like ass. What else can I say? Sometimes the YouTubers are right. When they say it looks like ass, it looks like ass. Ass.
Oh, this is a flush, yeah. Flush this one down the toilet.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. The sewer.
See, I really do need a toilet flushing sound on the Stream Deck.
Why don't we have that?
I really don't know.
Next game is the classic puzzle and action tant-r and Bonanza Brothers. You a fan of Tanto-R? How about Sando-R?
Yeah.
Alex has learned just to play along with anything that I say.
I just, listen, that's just, you roll with it. It's called being a streamer.
Puzzle and Action is a series that was only released in arcades, as far as I know, in Japan. There was a couple of compilation releases for Sega Saturn. And here, this one is especially valuable because it's actually in English. And you actually do need a lot of these mini-games in here to be in English. I think you're familiar with this game, Alex.
I'm pretty sure I've played this. Ah, yes. Yes, this game.
All right, hit your triangle button. We're joining in. Y'all know Point Blank? This is like Point Blank without the guns. Oh, at the robot factory. Oh no, what have I done? It's not a sliding puzzle, is it?
Okay.
Okay, well. Oh, jeez. Fuck. Oh my god. Why did I pick this one? This is terrible.
I didn't even get it.
Oh my god, I lost an entire credit on that one minigame. Now I have to wait till the next minigame. You got this one?
Oh, God, I hope so.
I love when a game immediately puts something impossible right in front of you. Reminds me of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I somehow did it.
Hey, good job. Now do it twice more.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
This sucks.
Hey, nice work.
I don't know how I did that.
One more.
No. Stop. Boo. Hiss. No! Game over.
Wait, next. God, I suck. I'm the fucking worst. I was born to be the worst Tanto-R player in the entire planet.
Are we trapped?
I think we are. We've doomed ourselves. Oh, yeah, Ichidantar. That's the other game in this series. Quite a few of these games. It's just we never got to play them here in the States.
Hey, Danny, that was hell.
Yeah, let's not pick Robot Game again.
Okay.
In fact, only you're left because I used up all the credits.
Okay.
Good luck, Alex.
Gotta find Dracula.
Find out which coffin Dracula's in.
Okay.
A small coffin. It's small and green, and it's next to a blue coffin. There you go, there's Dracula. Nice work. You're a real Dracula detective. Square column next to a blue column. That looks good. This is kind of like how you find the Chilling in Spelunky 2. If anyone here plays that.
Mm-hmm.
No! You paid for it in your blood.
No.
It was actually there. Okay, one more chance.
Okay, big coffin.
Big coffin.
Red.
Big red coffin, and it's wave. There you go. Nice.
Hey.
So you see the
That was-
title.
I like that one.
The title is apt. It's a little bit of puzzle. It's a little bit of action.
Little puzzle, little action. Oh no, do I have to? No.
Mistake.
Okay, okay.
This kind of reminds me of those old those tabletop bar games they used to make a ton of. Touchmaster, is that what they were called? Which of these has a different front and back?
So fucking hard.
Alex is playing the impossible game.
I got one.
Oh, there's multiples.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, that's our time with Puzzle and Action Tant-R. If you want to play more of that, you can.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think there was a Switch edition of one of these games released, and they actually translated it into English. So that's one of the rare ways you can play this series.
Bonk.
It was a good laugh.
Real Bluto laugh.
Yeah, it was very Bluto. But also in this package is Bonanza Brothers. Let's play some Bonanza Brothers. It's hard-boiled action. Dead or alive for $100, damn.
Ugh.
No one wants to pay out for us. This one was in arcades and came out on Genesis, and it's a pretty simple game, but some people like it. Are you one of those people, Alex?
I guess I like it. I haven't played much of it.
Yeah, it's fine. Alright, push your button. This is a split-screen stealth action game of all things. You gotta go through these buildings, get all the stuff, and then get out. Alex is my buddy. He's my backup.
I'm great backup. Sorry, I didn't shoot that cop fast enough.
That was your only problem, not doing it fast enough.
It's fine.
Yeah, follow me. Get up here. Hang on. Hide with me. Uh-oh! A fly landed on my head and got us put into jail.
And now we're in jail.
Let's try that again.
Okay.
Hit your triangle button. Alright, a flawlessly executed smash and grab. We did it. Good work, Alex.
Perfect. That was fun.
Yeah, this could be a fun little game. You kind of need to play it in two-player mode to get the full experience, though. There's also some sort of fuckery with the storyline going on between the different versions of this game. I think in the original version, you're just thieves and you're out to steal a bunch of shit. But in the US versions, it's always like, oh, you're testing the security stuff. You're actually doing a good thing. They want you to steal their stuff. Oh, got me. I stepped on a damn rake. So the combined Bonanza Brothers and Tanto-R. Hit or miss?
I'm gonna call this a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit. Bonanza Brothers, they got a hit on their hands. The next thing they're gonna steal is your heart. Then they're gonna go to jail for it. Death penalty, baby. You ready to move on?
Aw. I got a thing, though. I did it.
Hey, good job.
All right, yeah, let's move on.
I think that has to be you, because you still have control.
Oh,
Yeah, exit.
there we go.
Oh, no, wait. Back to title screen.
Yeah,
I mean.
sorry. There we go.
All right. Success. Approaching the end of this collection. I'd be happy with this collection. I love jank, especially when it's bundled with other jank. If I just got one shitty game, that would be one thing, but a whole bunch of shitty games, it's like Christmas.
Hey, ironically, it is Christmas. Welcome, Nemuni. We're playing Sega Classics Collection. It's voted on by our patrons. Thank you, patrons.
Bunch of weird takes on Sega games. Did this crash the system? I think.
Did we crash it? No.
Those damn Bonanza brothers hacked my PS2 and sold it to our overseas enemies. That was a worry for the United States for a time.
I remember that. Remember when they were like,
buy up our supply of PS2s.
yeah, there were people who were like, I remember there was a worry or not that the PS2 was going to be used by terrorists to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes no, well, anyways.
Keep your hands off our PS2s, Saddam.
Just like, was it the PS2 or was it the Xbox?
I think it was PS2.
Okay.
Were they afraid the emotion engine would start to feel real emotions?
Were they afraid it was going to be like the movie Stealth, where the emotion engine would make it go like emo and then it'd start killing people?
I saw Stealth.
I know, we saw it together. I love Stealth. I think about, by the way, there's not a day that goes by that, like, I don't hear about something about, like, Raytheon, or that I don't think about Stealth.
Yep.
Oh, man.
It's downloading MP3s.
Which one?
All of them.
And then it was listening to Linkin Park?
Yeah. That plane was cool. Let's get him on the show.
Oh, my God, y'all. Anyways, let's go.
All right, here we go.
Next up.
Puzzle and Action Tanto-R. Guess what? That was the second to last game of the collection. The last game.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I like my racing Virtua, thank you. None of that real-world shit for me. So we saw how OutRun turned out. That was, well. But look at this.
Cool.
This looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's check her out. Oh, we'll have to look at the two-player mode as well. So this is a full-ass remake of arcade Virtua Racing. Not Virtua Racing Deluxe, not the fucked-up Sega Saturn one, but arcade Virtua Racing. Yeah, I want normal laps. Don't give me the fucked-up ones. Oh, and away we go. I found the right button. Let's do a different... Yeah, here we go.
There we go.
This is my favorite point of view to play this game from. Oh my god, it's beautiful, Alex.
This looks good.
This looks gorgeous. The presentation on this was a problem because capturing the PS2 is a problem. But if you can get the capture looking good, it looks like this. Like smooth country butter.
This is some real Kerrygold, yeah.
I bought some I Can't Believe It's Not Butter the other day.
I saw that. I wondered who bought it, because we got an extra...
I had to know. I've never had.
So, what do you think?
You get a little experimental in your old age, you know? You start thinking, I can't believe it's not butter? We'll fucking see about that.
So, have you tried it?
No.
Oh, man, you gotta try it. You gotta tell me. You gotta tell me.
Maybe we can do it live on stream. We'll butter our cats.
Do not butter the cats. That is against their union contracts.
Been a lot of cat buttering going on lately.
Yeah, it's the new thing.
Here's my problem with this game. What's with the fucking map? Like, the game's not about you, map. Why are you being so extra? Other than that, this is great. Plays fine. Looks good when you can get it actually looking good. Man, I'm so looking forward to playing PS2 games more now that I see how they look on the Retro Tank. They just look like butt any other way you tried to capture them.
Cyberdecimal? I have forgotten about the country crock couple. It is all coming back to me in a blast of memory.
There was a
no.
couple?
Do you remember them?
No?
Holy shit. Was that just like a West Coast thing, the country crock couple? It was a couple. And you would just see their hands and they would discuss country crock and they had a whole thing. They had sex, they got married,
What?
they had children.
Are these real people?
No, it was just a couple. And yeah, okay, Rusty remembers. Okay, it's all coming back to us horrible older millennials, right? Okay, so if it was in Maryland, then it wasn't just the West Coast thing. Okay. Yeah, are you remembering the country crock couple? You'd see their hands and they talk about country crock and then their lives.
Someone gotta fill me in on the country crock couple.
Oh my god.
And their sick, twisted fetishes.
Yeah, one of them was by the guy who does the voice of Stu Pickles. Yeah, I remember that because it was like Stu. Yeah.
Oh wait! Oh shit!
It's coming back now. It's coming back now. Their hands. You can see their
Yeah.
hands. It's horrible, isn't it?
Oh, you had to say it was Stu Pickles. Oh man.
Do you remember the one where where she told him they were having a baby?
Yeah. Whatever happened to that? Did they cancel him before the baby got made?
The baby put too much of a strain on their relationship and they got divorced.
Oh, that's so sad. Let's play two-player Virtua Racing.
Okay.
A thing that won't lead to divorce.
Oh, God, Danny. The talking parquet tub.
I remember that too.
God, I hate this.
Parquet. Look at this. Give me a nice pink F1 racer. Let's see how two-player looks in this game. Never actually seen it. Oh, look at that. R2 is the view you may want to use.
There we go.
Oh, shit!
Ow!
Huge collision. That hurt. It looks like they dial back the detail for this, don't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
Everything's a little bit chunkier back there. Still, look, it's running at 60 FPS.
Massive crash. Hey, come back here.
No.
Hey.
I'm going to call this one a hit. And therefore, Sega Classics Collection is more hits than misses. Good job, Sega Classics Collection. But here's the thing. The Sega Classics Collection didn't include every game that came out for Sega Ages. They skipped a few. What do you say we play some of those?
Okay.
See if they skipped the good ones or if they had good reason to skip them. Let's do it.
Aw, I wouldn't let me go the wrong way.
Alright, this is the history part of the program. Which games were omitted from Sega Classics Collection? You saw which games were included, but several were left back in Japan. We're going to see if these were crimes to leave them back there, or if it was actually a good thing.
Alright, what's up next?
First, we should play Sega Ages Volume 1, not 17.
Oh, okay. Where? Here we go.
Yep, Sega Ages Volume 1 never came out over here. They skipped it. They started with Volume 2, Golden Axe. Surely Volume 1 can't be that bad, right?
A little worried.
Shouldn't be worried. It's the classic Fantasy Star. PS1. PS without the O. Should start a Fantasy Star Online server.
Still, people still have those, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Oh, hey! Cutscenes, graphics.
They redrew all the graphics. This is our brother Nero in the middle of dying. He challenged the Emperor, you see.
Oh man, don't do that.
I like her little space pajamas she's wearing. Oh, little Alice. They call Lassic La Chic? Weird. He's dead.
Oh shit, what are you gonna do?
Grow up and go on an adventure.
And you know what? That sounds good to me.
Let's start. Look, she lives in a Pokeball.
She lives in one of those geodesic homes. She lives in one of those homes in Dragon Ball Z that look really cool.
Oh
Like
yeah,
those
those little
capsule
those
homes?
capsule homes, yeah.
God, those look nice.
I want to live in one of those. Phantasy Star 1 looking pretty good here. There's a kind of cheapness to it, but it is a budget game after all. Can I go into the 3D maze? What did they make that look like, I wonder? They added more dialogue. Usually in the original game, you would just pop into a pre-rendered sequence when you entered these buildings, but here they got more dialogue and stuff.
There's a lot going on.
Now, their plan was to remake all 4 Phantasy Stars, and supposedly, once they finished those, they would release them all in a compilation here in the States. They got as far as Phantasy Star 2,
Uh-huh.
so no collection for us, unfortunately. Yeah, this was the first in the series, and then Phantasy Star 2 was what, number 17 or something?
Yeah.
Did they get rid of the first-person mazes in this? Does anyone know? I got a pot.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Give me some.
Oh,
Mazes
no.
are intact. There we go.
There we go. They look like this now. Weird. Oh, they're all fast. Alice, are you okay? Just run head first into all these. It's supposed to be a treasure chest here, right? Maybe not. Maybe I bonked my head into too many walls.
You can't remember where they are.
Dunk.
You bonked that information right out of your brain.
2,000 Mazita. Let's go down to GameStop. I can appreciate this. A faster, more fluid, more friendly version of Phantasy Star 1. That's what people wanted back then. Now let's go get killed.
Alright. Cool.
It's a man-eater. Alice should be fine. Animations don't look bad either. Ooh, that hurt a lot. Blat. That's it.
And you died.
That's Phantasy Star 1, Sega 2500 3D Volume 1. They could have released it over here, but it would have been a lot of effort. That's a lot of text to translate, so I can see why they held off. I could show you Phantasy Star 2, but I think we're actually going to skip that one.
Okay.
It's Phantasy Star 2, only it got that same new coat of paint. Just imagine that. Can you imagine it?
I'm envisioning it in my mind's eye right now.
Isn't it beautiful?
Beautiful. So what we play next?
Next, we're going to go with one of the games they skipped, once again. Volume 9, Game Ground. Alright, who's a big enough nerd to love this game? This game is beloved by nerds.
I was going to say you love it.
Yeah, I love it. One of Sega's, well, not one of their most unpopular arcade games, but just a game that's really difficult to like. But once you get into it, you do really love it.
I'm worried about what happened to Game Ground, though.
Yeah, like, why would they leave it out?
Did they do is it bad?
I don't know. Let's find out live on the show. Oh, they left it out because it's full of nudity. No!
Please don't do that to me.
Welcome to Game Ground System.
The Ages.
Through the Ages. Extra game. Let's do normal. So, top-down action game. You can clear levels by either killing all the enemies or by running all your dudes into the end zone.
I'm here.
You get a bunch of different dudes you can pick from. They all have different abilities.
Can I be Betty?
Sure. You bet. And believe it or not, this is very faithful to the arcade original. The arcade original does look a lot like this.
I'm after now.
You can pick up new dudes and bring them into the end zone, and they come with you to the next level. Nice.
Should have taken that guy to the end zone, but that's fine.
Run him in for a touchdown. And these maps do look exactly like the arcade maps. It's just a matter of whether or not you like Game Ground. Which, I mean, have a look at this. Be honest with yourself. Would you like this?
I like it, but
It's no problem if you don't. It's not for everyone. It's the video game version of Vegemite. Is that accurate to say?
I think okay, you got that. I'm just not good.
No,
At this.
I dropped the football. The only problem with this is the original arcade version had tiny, tiny graphics, just little tiny people you would guide across a map. This does not make them any more legible. These are still very tiny people. Let's use the glow knight. Ooh,
Oh.
look at this. Oh, we can do that too. Yeah, some dudes can shoot over terrain and shit. So there is a kind of strategy to it. You look like Brave One.
You do.
Thank you. Not looking so bad yourself. Yeah, here the enemies have the higher ground, so you want this guy who can throw spears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's one spear attack that just flies forward, the other flies upward. The concept of terrain is not very well communicated in this game, if I have to be completely honest. So what do you think? Did they make the right call taking this off the Sega Classics
No.
Collection? No?
No.
Should have
is
been in there?
fun.
Yeah. I think it's fun. And I think it has an even better chance of standing out when it's in a collection, right? Because you're more likely to just try shit out. Sorry, I'm getting emotional.
It's all right.
You know how I am about Sega.
I know.
Well, watch out, they ambush you here. They got us both somehow. Dwarf is named Verbal?
That's a great name.
That's a good name.
I died.
I avenged you. I'll just bring this guy into the end zone, and then you can maybe finish off the last guy. Yeah, there you go. This also works pretty interestingly as a multiplayer game,
It does.
because it's double the strategy. Or triple the strategy with 3 players. Let's do one more level. I like this game.
This is hard. I'm having fun with this. These guys. These
Oh, yeah.
guys need to get off my ass.
It's a tough one.
Well, I'm dead.
Oh.
I'm fully dead.
I still have my verbal dwarf.
Okay.
All is not lost.
Yeah, the hitboxes feel wrong in this game. I'm with you there. But I still like this. I'm as I get older, I'm getting more into gaming as it could be.
All right, Betty. It's you versus the world. Fuck. Shot with an arrow in the back. Sorry, Betty. We did it. We gained the ground. But at what cost?
At what cost? All right, what's next?
You tell me.
Okay, we did gain ground. How about Afterburner 2?
Yeah. They skipped Afterburner 2 for Sega Classics Collection. Why did they do that? Americans love Afterburner. We love airplanes. We love shooting stuff.
We're little freaks about it.
We love Tom Cruise and the gay volleyball scene.
God,
Wait,
we
that
love
was
the gay volleyball
That was Val
scene.
Kilmer in that scene. Hanging with the boys.
That's-
Hanging with the boys. It had its own theme song.
Did it?
Yes! The volleyball scene had its own gay theme song.
I remember. How have I forgotten the volleyball scene so much?
What the fuck? We gotta re-educate you.
You do.
Anyway, here's Afterburner. Maybe the jet licenses? I don't know. Some kind of issue with that. Maybe Lockheed Martin was being a turd.
Someone at Raytheon was like, no thank you. We don't want our brand associated with this.
Yeah. This is very disrespectful. Yeah, fuck that.
They blew it up.
Yeah, now it's about 2, baby.
Oh, hell yeah.
The sequel. Let's go.
Ooh, fancy.
Well, there's more polygons. I don't know if I like the look better, necessarily. Where's the missile button? There it is. Okay, we're good. So, Afterburner. It's kind of like Space Harrier, except you're a plane instead of a dude.
Mm-hmm.
What a lot of people don't know is that the game most people are familiar with is Afterburner 2. The original Afterburner is pretty much unknown, because they just released it and realized, oh shit, we could have made this a lot better. And they released an upgrade ROM chip to turn the game into Afterburner 2. You know what's extra weird? The original Afterburner didn't have afterburners. That's only that's only a feature they added for Afterburner 2.
Oh my god.
Shit, how did I run out of missiles? Oh well. Yeah, you can adjust your speed and then blow up.
Rip.
Let's go fast. It's called Afterburner, damn it.
Please don't crash into those houses.
We're good.
Every time I hear a plane overhead, I'm always like, please don't crash into my house. That would suck.
Some dude playing Afterburner up there.
God, no.
Well, like many of the other games we've seen in this series, this technically upgrades the original experience. It technically looks okay. But the overall visual style takes a huge downgrade. Look how drab it is.
It is! Where are the blue skies?
Yeah, what? It's the one thing you know about Sega. They give you blue skies.
Mm-hmm.
The sky is gray at best.
That looks like an action movie from like 2003.
Gray skies, I see. Hey, there's a blue sky.
A little green if you ask me.
Green skies. Play control's kind of bad, too. It's hard to dodge the missiles. Which, I mean, that's fine. How often do you need to do that in Afterburner? I would have still left this in. Maybe there was some kind of weird background reason they left this off the US collection. I just can't make an argument for deleting it as opposed to including it.
Yeah, this pretty good.
It's fine. Tell you what, I would have taken this over Space Harrier. Jesus.
Yeah, that Space Harrier was... Why would they do Space Harrier, not this? Maybe like Space on the Disc?
Could be. Well, the disc was a DVD-ROM, and the file size was like 2 gigs, so who knows? Someone at Sega just really hated this version of Afterburner.
It's like, fuck Afterburner, Space Harrier all the way. Alright, advice from chat. Best way not to die in Afterburner is to relax on movement and don't jerk around constantly.
But I love jerking around constantly. It's all I do. All right, I'll try to keep it under control. Never much a fan of Afterburner. I did like Afterburner Climax though. That came out for Xbox Live Arcade. It was the last ever arcade Afterburner game, and it's good. I played it at the Seattle GameWorks, which was just announced to be closing yesterday.
Damn.
So glad I skipped work so I could go to the arcade. Don't tell my bosses. Oh shit, I haven't had that job in 10 years. Never
I was
mind.
gonna say, when's the last time you had that job?
A very famous person got mad at me for essentially ghosting him for an interview.
Sorry.
I'd say it's worth it.
To go to the Seattle GameWorks?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care about the kind of games he makes. Stay mad. That's my message to that guy.
That's your message to everyone.
Well, I was like, I could just meet him later at his booth because I knew he'd be there. But like, then I came to the booth later and he was all like, "Oh, I'm out heading to the after party. You want to come? Oh wait, no, you're working. I guess you can't. Bye." It's actually kind of rude.
That's so good.
But also, I was rude to him for ghosting him, so whatever.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, everyone in video game journalism is an asshole.
Including you?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at this shit. Would an asshole do this?
Yeah, that was Shigeru Miyamoto that Danny ghosted.
Yeah, it was. It was the old Miyamoto. Just decided to ghost that fucker.
Like, Mario sucks. I don't need to do this. I need to go to the Seattle GameWorks and play that one VR game.
Well, I got to play Too Spicy, alright? Have you ever played Too Spicy?
I haven't, actually.
The competitive light gun Sega game that ripped off Killer 7 for some reason?
Holy shit, I haven't played that, no.
Yeah, and now you never will because the arcade closed because you didn't ghost that guy.
Well, I should have ghosted more people.
Man, what else did they have there? It was cool. They had a Dance Freaks there. That was the last time I ever played Dance Freaks when I was at that PAX for the for that GameWorks. I got one last chance to play Dance Freaks. I was so happy. They had a Taiko no Tatsujin machine. I started playing the Mario theme, and then like a family gathered behind me and started clapping.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so good.
So I'm really glad I had that experience instead of talking to the guy like I should have done for my job.
It sounds like you went for something to enrich your soul rather
Yeah.
than to enrich your pocketbook.
It was the right move. Oh, BBH just played Too Spicy. Yeah. That's one you never ever see. I've only ever seen that cabinet once. I had to take the chance. God, what a good arcade that was. Well, folks, how about we do volume 12 very quickly?
Okay.
Because technically that one was left out as well. Yeah, the series went through like, I think they included 1 through 8, and then like 13 and 14, something like that. One of the ones they didn't bring over was Puyo Puyo 2 Perfect Set. The perfect Puyo, can you imagine?
They can't do that. There is no such thing as perfect Puyo.
Imagine a perfectly round Puyo.
Can I say something about the Puyos?
What?
They look delicious.
You can cook with them.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that tongue.
It brings up all kinds of moral questions, though. You don't want to do it. Yeah, technically part of this series. I say technically because they didn't actually fuck this one up by making all the graphics 3D. This is where they decided, you know what? Maybe we just want to use the original graphics. Maybe people just like the original game and they want to play the original game. And guess what? They did. Because almost immediately after this game's release, they cut ties with D3. Sega took over the Sega 2500 series themselves. And from that point on, if you'll remember, all the games were basically straightforward remakes or compilations. Stuff like the Gunstar Heroes Treasure Box, the Space Harrier Collection. But the first half of the series was just full of these extremely bizarre and often ill-conceived 3D remakes. And I kind of like them just for the fact that they exist. But this is where the series started to take its turn. Oh no, it's a little guy. He's right there. You see him?
He's tiny.
Oh, they included the Saturn voices for this one.
Tiny, they're baby.
Oh no! Flea attack!
You gotta take garlic pills for that.
And it's Puyo Puyo. I'm not going to play it too long. But it just goes to show that influenced the series. People thinking, you know what, I just want these old games. I don't need a fucked up nightmare renderware version of my favorite arcade game. Can you please just give me the old game? And Sega was like, that's cheaper and easier, so sure. It's a little weird to think that the whole 3D remake thing was a lot more work than necessary for something nobody really wanted. Kind of emblematic of video games as a whole. Stuff nobody wants for extra effort. When all you wanted to do in the first place was play some dang Puyo.
Oh, okay, this version was worked on by ex-compile employees, so that makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, it plays pretty well. It's Puyo.
Damn, you're kicking that little guy's ass.
I'm gonna stomp on him.
You make the little guy cry.
I'm gonna squish his ass.
No.
Yeah, get squished. Arlie rules. Get fucked.
Arlie does rule.
She does. I like her. And there you go. That's essentially Sega Ages. What is this? Sega 3D Ages volumes 1 through 15 for the most part. There's one last game, though. I want volume 11, Alex. This is one game that they left out of the US Sega Classics Collection that they had good reason to. And we're going to finish up by playing it.
Oh, brother.
This is the one they never talk about. No one ever wants to mention this one. People always talk about Golden Axe or Space Harrier, but this one they never ever mention. Let's see what good old Hokuto no Ken looks like in the Sega 3D Ages renderware nightmare world.
I don't know. This one is bad.
I don't know why you'd say that. No. It's got to be good. It's Hokuto no Ken.
Anniversary Cartman. We will not die. We will not be already dead if we play this. I promise.
Volume 11, the rarely seen 11th volume of the Sega Ages 2500 collection. This is a remake of a Sega Master System game. It was released over here as Black Belt, but in Japan it was a Hokuto no Ken game. In this remake they added a story? Come on, was there ever a story in Hokuto no Ken?
Yes! There was quite a bit of story in the original one.
Was there ever a story?
Fine.
Yeah, I thought so.
No. No, turn, no. Oh, man.
I found out how to win. Oh shit, never mind.
They don't explode!
Kinda do.
I guess.
Explode a little bit.
It's called an explosion, though.
If you're wondering, is it just this?
Is it just this?
Yes. There's different moves you can pick from. You can charge up a meter or something. Like that.
You just kind of got real close to them.
Yeah. Oh, Ken's just afraid of intimacy. He's just so jealous. He just wants to be close to you. Like this. Oh wait, he's not charged up. He can't get close.
He can't hug yet. Night Nocturne Dust Cloud, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, see ya. Are we... Whoa, shit! Big dude!
Bye, goodbye. Run away.
Oh, fuck. He takes more than one hit. We're screwed. Never mind. We're actually perfect.
That... Cool.
I wish they could have brought this out over here. I wish they did a shitty reskin. Put a karate outfit on this guy and called it Black Belt. Imagine what Black Belt would have looked like if it was this. Instead, no, they had to give it to Hokuto no Ken.
I wish they redid Black Belt.
That would kick ass. some genius out there, some absolute brain lord, is going to figure out that the thing to do to get all these old anime licensed games to be brought out over here in the States for the first time, all you got to do is redo the graphics and get rid of all the original licensed material.
Okay.
Has anyone figured out how to do that yet? Like they did back in the day with Black Belt?
They...
Imagine if it was just like a PS5 game or something based on like One Piece. It would be the adventures of Stretchy Boy.
Oh my god, like Barry Hatter, yes.
Yeah, exactly. See?
You want Dragon Power? Is that what you want?
Yes, I want a new Dragon Power. That's all I've ever wanted, dude. I think that's all anyone ever wants. Cool. What? No, that was cool.
It's good, it's good. Yeah, they could just do they could just get the Stretch Armstrong license instead for the One Piece game.
I want to see bootleg Naruto. I want to see bootleg,
Funny Ninja.
I want to see fucking bootleg Melty Blood. I think that would be funny. Like if you didn't want to spring for the Tsukihime license. No, these are all legally distinct maids. I'm just saying this.
Legally distinct anime maids.
Yeah, exactly. Who am I fighting now? Where are you? Oh. Ow! Do you beat this guy like you beat every guy?
Yeah. I like the way he just scoots away. Just like, doop.
There's a lot of scooting in this game. Ooh, Kinshiro, it's been a while. Shin, you fucker. I'll make you explode with blood. And she's like, no, I hope he doesn't make him explode with blood.
That would be really difficult for me to deal with because I gotta clean up all the blood.
And he's like, Yuria. And then he said Yuria again. See, no story. It's like nothing's happening. Oh shit, we got a boss fight. And he's all powered up. We get him in the loop? I think this is the loop.
You're really getting him.
I can't believe this works.
You blew him up and they wouldn't let you see the explosion.
That sucks. Ooh, shit. Here we go. Oh, check it out. We got manga-style intrusions up there.
I like that.
Oh, fuck. He's fighting back. We may not last the fight. Unless the trick works on him, too.
No, he's too fast.
Yeah, he's too fast. Shit. Oh, no, he
That's
did the
not
thing to
good.
me. Oof. That took off a lot of health.
He did not like that.
Oh, fuck. That was a good button bashing. That was a good animation. Just a fist pounding that button.
So, yes,
Got him.
you got him.
And that is possibly the least essential Sega Ages 2500 game. The weird remake of Hokuto no Ken, aka Black Belt for Master System. Why'd they do it? We may never know. Let's see what the next level looks like, and then we'll finish things up. I have the original disc of this, Alex.
Really?
Yeah. You proud of me?
Yes, I'm very proud of you.
Good. That's the correct answer. Yeah, it's just like this. It's just, you do this. You go back and forth, you beat up a bunch of dudes, and then you do it again. It's faithful to the original, I'll give it that. It's just like, why? Maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Maybe it's actually a deep, amazing game.
I don't think it is.
I like the way you drag the dudes along with you. Look at this. They just sort of go along with you when the screen scrolls. I'm getting stabbed like fuck.
You're getting real stabbed here.
Yeah, finish me off. Give me the stabs.
Come on. Come on, stab that guy.
Stab that guy. Stab that guy.
Hokuto no stab. Come on. You guys can do it. There you go.
It just immediately pops up a continue menu. No. And that is the end of Kenshiro. And that's the end of Sega Ages 2500 for the PS2. What do y'all think?
I thought that... God help me for saying this, and I mean this honestly, a mix of good and bad. I don't know what... I feel so terrible for saying that.
Like a journalist would tell you, it honestly was a mixed bag. Some of these remakes, very wrong-headed. Some of them just made no sense. Like, hey, what if Space Harrier just had no vibrant color and looked like crap and kind of played like crap? And Golden Axe was just like, what if everything was shitty? What if there was no redeeming qualities whatsoever? Would you still play Golden Axe? And the answer, unfortunately, is yes.
Thank you, Steel, for the 41-month resub. Holy shit, thank you.
Many months, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. In the end, I think we got a good deal here in the States. A $20 version of the series, which packed in 9 of these games. Yeah. Some good, some bad. Some weird that they left off, like Afterburner 2, and some that I wish they could have put in, but I understand why they didn't, like Hokuto no Ken. In all, an interesting series, and maybe someday we'll cover the back half of the series, which is where it really got interesting. But for now, there's an overview of the weird cursed time when Sega teamed up with D3 Publisher. That's what you get. Mm-hmm. It looks like that. It looks like that. We're done. We're finished.
Our image stinger disappeared.
No. No. Special thanks to our patrons here in the void.
Let me try to fix that real quick.
Hope you enjoy existing out here in the void.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yep,
I'll fix this.
This is a patron-supported show. Mm-hmm. Special thanks to all the patrons you see here. They made this happen. Thanks everybody for voting for the weird present, the one that I thought that you all thought I was playing mind games with you with. No, actually, it contained the game that allowed the least amount of setup. So thank you for picking that. It was very convenient for me personally.
Very convenient. The folder it was in disappeared.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay. Wrap us up. I'm gonna look for a raid target.
All right. We are also on Twitter, twitter.com/retropalshq. If you follow us there, you can find out when we go live, when we've got new videos up, all that good stuff. So consider following us there if you would. We are also, let me just put the Patreon link in the chat. We're also on YouTube, youtube.com/retropals. We post our full-length highlights there, including our latest one, which is a look at obscure Konami arcade games, and it's a really, really weird one, so I highly recommend checking it out and subscribing to us there if you'd like to catch up with us on the good old YouTubes.
Twitter told me that my stream announcement tweet failed to send.
Good!
Very cursed night.
That's happened to me before, I feel you.
Thanks for sending me that notification, Twitter. You're real helpful.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we're wrapping up tonight. Merry Christmas to all. We will not be broadcasting this weekend. We may take next week off. I haven't yet decided.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
If that's the case, enjoy your holiday. Enjoy the rest of the year. Hope it goes well for you all. We're going to leave you all with Dot Level, who is teaming up with friend of the show, Sasquatchulus.
Yes!
They are streaming together right now, playing Sass's extremely fucked up Dark Souls mod. If you've never seen this,
it's so funny.
Sasquatchulus is a big fan of Hanna-Barbera and downloads lots of sound libraries. So what she did is she replaced every sound in the game with a Hanna-Barbera sound effect or something equally twisted. Also redid a lot of the textures. It's just a goofy game. And
it's
now
really funny.
Dark Souls expert Dot Level is playing through it. So enjoy that. Have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
See ya, folks.